The interesting part of this game was that it kind of played out the way that I was saying.
Make it
That
short.
if the Pacers were gonna get a chance, if the Pacers had a chance to win the series, they need a full team effort, and you
Yo,
They
need
got.
come on,
some
yo.
Nah,
duds.
What
you know,
niggas, man. Yo, talk the fucking shit, man.
Rec has to go down that rabbit hole because TikTok was
Fuck
frying
outta here.
him and he wasn't feeling it, so he had to defend himself
Nah,
against
outta
TikTok.
nah.
He had to defend himself.
One person
Where's
said,
Ann? Where's Ann? Where's Ann
Nah,
at?
TikTok was frying Rec, and then Rec. I'll pull up TikTok. Don't make me pull up TikTok because I know that's the only reason why you bring that up.
Yeah, definitely pull up TikTok.
Nah, but let me finish what I'm trying to say.
Go ahead,
So
go
they
ahead.
had
You can.
six-
No,
Go ahead,
bro.
So you
finish
had
it.
six. You had 6 players in double figures for Indy, right? You had Shea going off by himself. You had Chet doing absolutely nothing. You had Jalen Williams came on a little bit late, but he was like 6 for 18 or 6 for 19 from the field.
19.
And you had Lou Dort was the second best player on OKC. You didn't get the effort that you were
Alright.
expecting to
This
get.
is what
OKC.
Rec is responding to. Rec is responding to this, bro. We know what you're doing, Rec. I know. So what is everyone's key for this matchup? Like, what do the Pacers need to do to win, and what do OKC need to do to win?
Who's going first?
Keep praying every
Right,
before
go
everybody
ahead,
knows
go ahead.
what they're doing.
What do the what is everyone's key
Just
for
bug-
The entire series.
Now I
There
was trying to
can't
look
be
at all
no
the
off
comments.
games.
How do you find all the
They
comments?
all have to do what they do every
Oh,
night.
all the
Like
comments, yeah.
Neesmith needs to be that pest on defense. He needs to hit his shots. Ben Shepherd needs to be same thing. Pest on defense. He needs to give them quality minutes off the bench. Miles Turner needs to hit his fucking shots. He needs to be the pin protector.
No, Miles Turner did hit his shots.
Tyrese needs
He
to do his
balled out.
thing. Siakam needs to do his thing. They all
So that's what Rec's talking about because there was a whole conversation going on TikTok with this whole conversation where Rex
and
says,
I said if Shea and Jalen Williams and then maybe Chet, I said they need 2 or 3 guys to show up, and they had essentially one guy show up, and you saw
Right.
the blueprint, and they ended up losing by 1 point. They also had 22. They had like 10 points off 22 turnovers, something absurdly low for like points off turnover situation. It was a strange game, but this is how Indy can win the series. Is if they have 6 and then 6 guys in double figures and the 7th guy had 9 points. And that was TJ McConnell. They had everybody play good until for the whole 48 minutes, and OKC was basically relying on Shea. And if you watch the last 3 possessions OKC had with Shea, 3 terrible possessions in a row because he didn't have confidence in anybody else because nobody else was really doing it. It was him by himself. And that's that's the problem. That's how Pacers can win the game. They have this magic voodoo shit going on right now where if they have the ball at the end of the game, they're gonna fucking win, which is crazy because they've been doing it all playoffs. But they had a full team effort, and at the end of the game, their shot making was insane. You had a bank 3 from Miles Turner that was just insane, and then it was just this is just how Pacers needed to play. This is how Pacers can play. They somehow made it a all about Shea, and Shea was trying to do it by himself. And the Pacers are good enough where if their whole team is showing up, you're not going to be able to win with this type of game, this type of effort, bro. And I said this shit, bro. They everything I said on that other short.
So
you was right.
Bro, how can you say that,
right,
but
right?
then in the same breath go and say that they're not gonna you would say I don't know, you was talking out 2 sides of your mouth for me, bro. I feel like
so
'cause
OKC.
you also picked OKC to win 4-1, didn't you?
I did, but
What Rec was saying is what Rec was saying was if like this is how they are going to win if they do this, and what Rec is saying is that they ended up doing what he said they had to do to win, and that ended up turning into them winning. That's
But
all
didn't I also say that all you got, let Shea do whatever the hell he wants to do, just stop, turn him to a jump shooter, and slow down everybody else. Let Chet beat you, the same person that had 6-8 points. Let him beat you.
6 points, bro.
Let
But
him
how
beat
about this?
you.
I said a dud. Look at Jalen's so excited for a fast break dunk because he was playing like ass cheeks the entire game.
So let's move on from what you guys said. Let's move on to moving forward, right? So OKC was leading for 47.97 minutes, and the Pacers only led for 0.3 seconds. How is it?
I love that.
How is that possible, Jules?
Sports.
Yo, coaching.
It's the Pacers, bro. This is how the Pacers play, bro.
Coaching.
Look
bro.
at this shot, splash. Watch it. I hope they show the bank. The bank.
Here's what all of these games tell us about the Pacers.
Aaron Nesmith had like 14 rebounds, right, or something crazy like that.
This is what it tells us. These dudes know how to execute under pressure. Like under pressure, you know how some people just play better when the lights are on type shit.
Look at this three.
That's the Pacers, bro.
Look at this three.
Like, they play better when the lights are on.
Bank
That's it.
Off the fucking glass, bro.
Yeah, bro. You got to remember the Pacers was going through the gauntlet the past couple years. They had to play against the C's. Like they went through that type of pressure to play against these type of high level teams, bro. Pacers are in a good spot to win the chip this year. I get it. Shai's the MVP. I get all of that. But the Pacers, what they went through the past couple seasons in the playoffs in the East, bro, I feel like they have that experience. They know what it takes to win. They know that hump that they have to get over to win the championship. And OKC just got here. So at the end, Pacers, OKC might win today. They might win today, which is cool and gravy and all. But we got to go back to Indiana. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. I told you, Pacers in 7, man.
He been said Pacers though.
He's speaking French now.
He's speaking French.
That's crazy.
You know what Jules is on. But G, do you think that OKC can't perform when the lights are on?
No. And honestly, this is something that I said on one of our very first episodes about OKC, and Rec knows I've said this, and Rec has said it many a times. When Shai is not playing well, they are a different team. And I know that sounds like that. You could say that about any team, but you can't, because look at Halliburton. Half of these wins, he's not doing much until the end of the game. So like, I've always said, like, it's literally predicated on Shai getting 15 free throws and him, because those free throws, him scoring that way completely changes the whole dynamic of the game. And if he can't do that, and they can't control the pace basically, and they have to play this high speed offense, it's always going to play into the hands of the Pacers, because this whole high run and gun, that's all of them. So that's all I'm saying.
Look at Hallie.
Yeah. What's up?
Bang.
So we see the game winner right there. Rec, what is your thoughts for game 2? What needs to happen? Like, what's going on with game 2 tonight?
So I'm having trouble, because I usually try to look at this shit from like the straight, like, statistical analytic view, and I try not to put in this like devil magic shit into it, but like I'm starting to get to the point where like my everything would say that OKC is gonna win. Everything would say that OKC is gonna like take control of the series. 100%. But there's just something going on in Indiana, bro. It's one of those things that you can't. And this is one of the reasons why sports.
It's beautiful, yeah. 100%.
It's
because you can't calculate this. It's just like there's a video that I saw of this guy who was he was watching. It was like him watching the playoffs and reacting to all the games.
That was scripted. That was scripted. It was
scripted.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But about, right? He had the different jerseys on.
Yeah, it was scripted though.
But that's kind of what it is though.
But it is like, reality though.
But when we were watching that game, when Shai missed that jump shot, and then it was like they were dribbling up the court, you're like, you know what's gonna happen. Like know Hallie's gonna hit the shot, because Hallie has that dog in him, bro. And it's like, it's obviously at this point, it's one of the most clutch, impressive runs that any individual player has had in a playoff run. And if they end up winning the chip, like this is going to be one of those things that people, no matter how his career plays out.
This picture right here is crazy, bro. Like, that shit is a poster you put in your crib. Like,
look at all the hands on the heads, bro.
They're like, wait, no way, stressed.
This is they knew though.
That's a poster you put in the crib, bro.
Yo, so, like Rex said, bro, if he wins the chip, bro,
literally what Rex just said,
changes. Bro. The conversation changes, bro. All of this Anthony Edwards shit and all of this, all of that shit changes.
I don't think it's gonna happen though. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if it does happen, bro.
Let's calm down. I said this a couple weeks ago. I said if he goes on this run and wins the chip, he'll be labeled as a superstar. Is he better than Anthony Edwards? Calm down.
It's not about being labeled as a superstar. This is this is not about being a superstar. This is one of the best. This is one of the best runs that any player has ever had, bro, in history.
I think we said it the other day. It's kind of like that Dirk shit, bro, where it's like, you know,
don't do that.
What do you mean don't do that?
To me,
Dirk,
it might be.
The reason why they compare it to the Dirk situation is because Dirk did it in a time where there was a bunch of all-star teams and just great players, and like for him to sneak in there and get that chip was kind of crazy. And that's the same shit that Hallie's doing right now. Like to sneak in a chip right now when you got Steph Curry still in the league, you got KD still in the league, you got LeBron still in the league, you got up and coming niggas like Luka, you got fucking Shy, you got fucking Edwards, you got Hoopers, Joker, you got Hoopers, bro. For him to sneak in that pack and get a chip would be fucking crazy.
So you gotta understand. You have to understand the route that Dirk took.
Okay.
Dirk took out 8 Hall of Famers. How many Hall of Famers has if Hallie does win? How many Hall of Famers potentially has he taken out?
What do you mean? And this is every shot Halliburton has taken. What does that mean, though?
It is.
It's not because this. No, but here they're going to be remembered for different things. Dirk's going to be remembered for the effort.
It's not touching Dirk. It's not touching Dirk's run.
Just listen. Let me just tell you what I'm trying to say. This is going to be remembered for the most insane highlight reel from a single playoffs of absolute insane clutch ridiculous shots. It's not necessary. Dirk's situation was different. Dirk carried his team through like a juggernaut lineup of teams. But Dirk's highlight reel from that playoffs is not gonna. Nobody's highlight reel from a single playoffs will be able to touch Hallie's from this playoffs. This is the most insane single play highlight reel that you'll ever see, bro. Like it's one of the craziest things we've ever seen. I think he has a game winner or some foolish shot in every series so far where like you're talking about if he doesn't hit that shot, it's a wrap. Like they wouldn't be here.
Nah, this I'm gonna be honest, this is some shit that like if they complete this mission, there's going to be a documentary, and it's gonna be crazy. Like they're gonna put shit out.
It needs to be studied. 100% needs to be studied, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be studied, bro.
It has to be studied, bro.
Crazy,
like it's
bro.
like whatever voodoo shit Drek was talking about is facts, bro. Like this is insane, bro. He's 9 for 10 on game winning or tying shots right now. Now he's 10 for 11.
You know what's more impressive?
This is all in this same playoff.
This is
all from this playoffs, bro.
But you know what's more impressive though? It's the runs that they go on at the end of the game.
It's nasty,
these game winners
bro.
are great, but like the fact that they're like breaking down these 11-point leads in a couple of minutes.
Nah, it's crazy, bro.
Crazy
Every week, bro. I'd be like, wrap this up. Wrap it up then. And it's like,
wrap it up then.
Look at this one. Look at this one. What the hell is this, bro?
Nah, what the hell
is that?
11 for 12, bro.
And it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
12 for 13, bro. This is under 1 minute.
The next one was impressive, bro.
Bro, these are all buckets with 1 minute and under in playoff games, bro. Oh, that one he missed.
Kings is looking
that one he missed, but they got the
one.
putback. Big. We still 12 for 14 though. 12 for 14, bro. 13 for 15, bro, with the game on the line in one playoff run.
I just gotta say this.
That's crazy.
I just want to say this. That shit that I used to do back in the day.
Stop the cap. Nah, you ruined the whole segment.
End the pod.
End the segment.
End the pod, bro.
We'll
see y'all later. What the fuck is that? Mute him for a minute. Mute him for 1 minute.
Yeah, definiteye on break.
Look at that.
Definitely time out. Time out. Yo, take a coffee break. It's your break time, bro.
What the hell?
What the hell?
All right.